Hi Internet! Welcome back to the stream. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's doing well. Nothing has changed game-wise for me, but interesting / exciting life stuff has occurred over the past week. I got a job offer for something that I have been applying to, and I'm very excited about that. So that was just some nice real-life IRL thing that happened to me. The plan for today is I'm just gonna jump into some ranked eternal and play stuff. I saw that Gnarlease is doing really well because of subtype synergies with Warden. So I might try that a little bit. Otherwise, I'm gonna stick with the Miftiff that I was playing last week because I, for some reason, do find a lot of joy in aggro when I'm trying to rank up real fast. How the tables have turned! Completely willing to abandon my mid-range ways in the name of just dealing damage. That's Samira Nami. Okay. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that's fine. I have a spooter! Look at it, it's pretty good. We should be able to punch with that and deal some damage and then get a Jagged Butcher out onto the field. I think that's what we're gonna do in the name of trying to deal more damage.
Make the Empire proud.
At some point I should play Swain again just for the fun of it. Just for the hell of it. That's fine. Bep. Do you have another one of those pirouette things? They don't. They do not have another pirouette thing, which is great. That is great. 100% approve of that one. Sprayfin and Rearguard are here. It's probably a Sprayfin because I need answers to problems. Nami is not attuned very much. Or not attuned, hasn't cast many spells at all, which is very exciting for me, and means that I will hopefully be able to get things done. Ooh, they almost fucked that up. They almost done fucked it up. We get the Noxian Fervor. Fantastic. It's a Crimson Pigeon. Do we want to cast everything? I do want to kind of cast everything. 1 of 6, except there might be a stun or something, which I'm not keen on. So we're just going to load up on damage. Wish we'd gotten that MF earlier, but it's okay. Down to 6 would be great. I'm assuming that the 2/2 stands in the way of one of the tentacles happening. There's a tentacle v tentacle. That would be entertaining. Please put it in front of the tentacle. Please. It would be perfect. They're really thinking about choices here. I guess there's fast speed removal maybe in Noxus. Otherwise, it's a pretty good sweep down to 9, down to 11. That has a buff, right? It's gonna be hard for them to find a buff. Maybe they have another Nami? Oh, it's that. Got it. Understood. It's still buffing +1/+0 at least. So we still trade into the Nami. They just have managed to survive a lot of damage. Whatever. That is kind of okay. And by kind of okay, I mean I don't think I'm actually particularly worried in the slightest.
Nice to meet you.
We get a sparring student. Ooh, they want to kill that if they can. They would like to remove that if they can, but I think for now we're just going to spray Finn into another Fervor and then try to hit them in the face. MF was also nice. MF is also a tasty prospect here, or just more spoots. I have a lot of good units here, which is quite appreciated. Or we can just kind of wait for Samira. That's fine. Right now we have an okay opening attack. It's not ideal. I think let's Spider into Spray Fin. They're dealing the damage to the Nexus already. That's fine. That's a Plunder. That is also fine. Let's do House Spooter. Fearsome is really not a problem. We get a 3/3 out of that. There's a Father Fury with the spells and things. We could Spray Fin here. We could spray fin here. I think we want to summon something for this, for sure. In which case, I'm gonna Saboteur and leave some room. I suspect that makes them worried about damage next turn, so then we'll still have space to cast, like, Crimson Pigeon and Rearguard after all of this has happened. That's a Schwindle! Are you swindling a good card? Please do not swindle. There's a lot of good cards. That's okay. Samir is at an A. Okay, can they do anything with that? Right now I'm gonna pass and hold on to my horses here. That's fine. Okay. Do we want to do anything? I think we're just gonna overwrite this 1/1. And then go to face next turn. We should be able to do a lot with that. It's not as much as I would ideally like, but it's fine. We're gonna go like this. That's 14 damage. Here we go. Fury is dead. If they block with it, that's fine. That's great. That's totally fine. A full trade is fine. They might have another Noxian Fervor Whirling Death kind of scenario. That's okay. That is a Tidal Invocation. That's a leveled Samira. Is the leveled Samira a problem? I'm not actually, like, super concerned about that. That's just the new card, yeah. I am not worried about that very much at all. Okay, board is dead. We're doing fine. I love it when the board dies instantly. It's so good.
Next time, try to keep up.
Okay, so they get a flare. We have killed 2 out of 6 champions. We're making good progress here. Love to see it. That's a Wiggly Burble. No shits given in particular. So we're just gonna keep hitting them in the face. Okay. Okay, so they're drawing some cards. Down to 7. We're gonna have 2 Noxian Fervors hopefully by the end of next turn, which means we're almost there. We're 1 damage off so far. I might have been able to play something else a little differently to get to that final point of damage, but we'll see.
For the glory of Noxus.
I think I might have played something wrong there, but hopefully it will be A-okay. Let's do Pigeon into our Spray Fin, I think. Reload the board state. Spray Fin!
Gotta go with the flow.
Spray Fin! Help! Not a Noxian Fervor. Excellent. Okay. I just need to survive, which I should at 16, but I also need them to not pull anything, like, useful. I need them to, like, not have anything useful. Twisted Fate, though, is kind of perfect. You need to cast a lot of things. That's okay. I am just going to cast this, I think. Get rid of the Burble, get them down to 6. I'm 1 mana off being able to Fervor twice, but that should be solved next turn. That is indeed an all-out, which is buffing the power only, not the HP. I don't know if they thought that would work, but I'll take it. I'll take that they thought it would work. That is a prize fight. Okay, so that's fine. That's okay. You did that in the wrong order? Wait, did they do that in the wrong order? Because I think they should have set the damage after the prize fight, because this can no longer be brought down to... Yeah, you did that in the wrong order, so I don't know what they thought that was going to happen. They did that in the completely wrong order, which is hilarious. So I'll take it. We still have our TF on board. Get fucked, idiot! Oh my god, get fucked, moron. What are they doing? I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing. It's very dumb. I should point this at face as much as I want to point it at the Nami just to BM them. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna point it at the fucking Nexus like a smart person and not like an idiot. Not like an idiot. They might have another one of those title things, I guess. We've only seen 2 title invocations come down. So there's always a chance of another one. But otherwise they're fine. Also, they're dumb. Also, they're fucking dumb for that prize fight. All right. Oh, we just get a surrender anyway. We just get a surrender anyway. To be fair, prize fight feels a lot like Disintegrate sometimes. But also it has words on it. Anyway, let's keep going. I hit gold last stream. I don't know if we can quite push to plat this stream, but I would not complain per se if we did. All right. We're looking. We found somebody. We found Elise Timo up in Diamond, I think. I love the eternal matchmaking. The eternal matchmaking is truly something else. Ah, rearguard is a good one drop, and then I can continue with my path of suffering. All right, you have something for a 3-2 over there? No, excellent. They might have drain. They're gonna have puff caps. What is their Timo mastery at? I smell a mastery 5 Tito player. Unfortunately, it's only at 20. You gotta get 70. 70's really where it's at. I promise you. I can't block Elise. I cannot block Elise. I still cannot block Elise, unfortunately. But I can kill a spider, which is important. I can still murder a spood. All right, I think we want to just go in for the open attack here and then cast some 3/3s for fearsome damage. Blocking. Fearsome blocking, whatever it's called. Whatever that shit's called. Do you have a Vile Feast? A Vile Feast would look pretty good on anything here. Except for the 3/2, of course, unless you have 2 of them. That's an unspeakable horror! Well, damn! Okay, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they didn't make anything, like, super scary. Well, we're just gonna continue on this train. Okay, you got some 3/3. We can block the spooter lady. I could do that. I think I'm just gonna go and demolitionist into the house spiders. A lot of Nightfall cards are expensive. So I'm hoping it's like fucking, what's the big one? The Nightfall Horse? Whatever the Nightfall Horse is called, I hope it's one of those. Or something like that. We're looking pretty defensible right now, so I'm just gonna keep on punching our opponent in the face, as it were, at the moment. Because they're gonna go down to 14, so they're doing part of my aggro job for me, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant here. We get a surrender, because they know it too! Fuck yeah! Moving right along! At some point I should actually... So I imported Gnarlies, as you briefly saw on in my deck inventory. I thought about playing it. I actually haven't tried it yet. We might do that later today, but for now I think I have found something to settle into. I don't know how long there's left in the season. Maybe we could make it to Plat. We can probably make it to Plat. I don't know if I want to fight to Diamond, though. Diamond's a whole nother problem. It's Fiora. Alright, Menanim, I'm coming for you and your pink-haired bitch. 2 demolitionists is kind of a lot of demolitionists. I like them. I like this more, though. I like this a lot more. What do we want to start with? Let's do a Saboteur. Also, Queen! Hello! Welcome back! It has been a while. How's it going? How are you? We are going to ping. I think we are going to lead with this, though, because the pigeon doesn't really do very much. It is unfortunately a bit of a moot pigeon. And I do want them to just take 3 damage. So unless they have a 1-drop, which they don't, we're looking pretty fancy. See? Fancy, none the wiser. I mean, I think they are a little bit wise to the fact that I'm dealing damage to them, but it's none of their business. It's definitely none of their business. What I'm doing over here. That's a Duran Sculptor. That's okay. We're gonna do this. Don't give me an ephemeral. You gave me an elusive. That is also fine. That is also fine. I do approve of that as well. You can stay. Ooh, choices. We could push a lot of units here. I'm gonna instead, I think I'm gonna do this instead, because they don't want to sacrifice the Duran Sculptor unless they have like a form up or something. You've been baldering it up but playing LOR whilst you work, and funnily enough got Masters during a meeting? Fuck yeah! I love the sneaky Masters. I was once trying to get to Masters in December, and I had a Christmas party to go to, so as I was talking to people about like, hey, how is it going? I haven't seen you in like half a year. I was just frantically casting my fucking Kaatrox deck, trying to like survive. It was a little rude. It's a little rude, but I don't think anyone minded too much. So that was all right. They're really going barrier. They're really getting the barriers down. I probably should have cast everything instead of just doing the 6, but they're at 11 anyway, so I'm going to imagine that we'll be okay enough anyway. Don't have a Fiora? I would be sad if you had a Fiora. That would kind of suck. Also, this is like the first time I've seen double up in a while. Like, I've got many games without seeing double up. Have I played the Gate of Baldur's? I've played a few hours of it. I did not actually, I haven't gotten super long through any particular playthrough. Not because I think it's bad or anything. It's more just like, I feel like I haven't had the time to really dig into it yet. I got so far as to reject Lizelle and Asterion from my party, and then I just didn't proceed from there. That's a lot of barriers happening. Is it enough? It might actually be enough, which is a little saddening here, because I can't currently increase my damage, though I can do a lot of damage in a minute. You're already in Act 3. Fuck yeah. At some point I will get as far. Do I want to TF here and let them witness draw, or do I just want to punch them? I think I kind of just want to punch them a little bit, so we're gonna Jagged Butcher first. Give them an opportunity to, like, respond to something. They're not responding to anything. I'm really tempted to risk this double up. I think I'm gonna punch a unit though first, because then I threaten lethal. Then I really do threaten lethal here, so I'm hoping that they don't have any barriers.
For the glory of Noxus.
If they have a barrier, obviously we are fucked. But then there's always the chance that we can top deck a Decimate. And top decking Decimates really gets the blood going. 96 hours in. Yeah, that sounds like my Hollow Knight playthrough. I spent so much time with that one. Do they have the spell? They do have a spell. All right. So they have saved themselves from death this turn. Whether they have saved themselves from death in general is looking pretty slim. They need a lot of Fiora happening, like, immediately. I think we're safe from the Fiora Judgment, just looking at their mana and also the fact that I'll hopefully draw a spell. It's not as clear-cut as I would wish it to be, though. For sure. Not quite as clear-cut as I want it to be. Because if they don't cast more units, there's the Fiora. That makes sense. Everybody loves Fiora. Then I can Twisted Fate into Eye of Nagake Boros, I think it is. They might have, like, a single combat or something, though, which is always, you know, a fear. A fear to be had. And then we basically get 2 kills out of it, so we need to make sure that we can avoid 2 more occurring. I think I am gonna go for the damage, though. I think I'm just gonna go for the damage, and then hope that we can top deck a Noxian Fervor or something else that doesn't immediately die to Fiora. That's the dream. We also have Nagake Boros. I'm just hoping that drawing 3 cards will get me out of this. Please let me out of this! Okay, that's fair. Winds of War. I keep forgetting that Winds of War is, like, technically a better strike spell than the other fast speed spells that I'm, like, used to. I'm already like, 50,000 years ago, there were other strike spells that worked differently, and I still haven't, like, evolved. I've just failed to evolve past those thoughts, you know? That's a Crimson Pigeon, that's a Legion Saboteur. Like, literally nothing that gets me around the Fioras that are happening. So I think we just kind of have to try to win this turn with units only, which is terrifying because we're probably going to lose that. And they do have 8 mana, so I was wrong about the Judgment Avoidance. I was incorrect about Judgment Avoidance. They might still have a Judgment. See, Fiora is a stupid dumb card, and I definitely should have found a Decimate by now. But I have not. I have not found a Decimate by now, which is a little bit tragic. We're gonna open attack, and then hope that that's enough, which it probably won't be. I think they live at, like, what, 2 HP or something like that? That's, like, a very small amount of HP, but we do still lose Oh, especially if they have a strike right now. If they have a fast speed spell. Oh yeah, no, they also just get to live at 1 HP. They also just get to live at 1 HP, which sucks. And they have mana for another Winds of War. That's fine. They don't actually do anything. But then they kill me with the Fiora next turn. Mariah Warden can't get me anything, unfortunately. Mariah Warden just doesn't get me anything. That is enough, but they're not gonna let me cast it. Yeah, I hate Fiora. I hate Fiora so much. Why didn't I draw any of my spells? I hate Fiora. Fucking hate Fiora. I'd rather play against Rise. I would rather play against Rise. Rise has a much cooler design. I swear to God. Fiora is just fucking stupid. Fiora is just fucking stupid. I want the Rise players. I would rather the Rise players. At least then I have fun landmarks to look at. There's nothing fun to look at with Fiora, unless you've got the pool party skin. That one's great. But otherwise, she's... Anyway, Fiora tantrum. Concluding here. Shyvana Jarvan. That's fine. It's not Fiora. I can relax a little bit. That one's fine. TF is a little expensive. Early? Okay, that's the worst 4-drop, but understandable. Have a nice day. Rearguard is chunky. I like the chunk here. We're up against dragons and Jarvan, so we need to win by around turn 6, which we should be able to do. If I can squeeze everything out here, which hopefully I can. Yeah, I'm gonna cast a Legion Saboteur if you're just gonna sit there and look at me. They are currently just sitting and looking at me, which feels pretty good. Pretty nice. We get the 3/3 into Demacia Terragon. We get them down to 6, we get them down to 11 if I don't do it this... we're gonna do this. So they're down to 11. They have the White Flame, so I was correct in my assumption that they'd probably have something like that. That would indeed hurt. We can Demolitionist a dude.
If they don't break,
so they're down to 9. That means we're 3 fervors away. We have a TF incoming that can deal a little bit of damage. That sounds pretty good. We can also just, like, stun that, which is nice. Or whatever else is happening here. Or do we just want the damage? I kinda just want the damage. We could also go with Zap Sprayfin. But that does get a buff when it attacks. We're not really worried about buffs on attack, though, is the fun part. So, assuming that gets a faded and that gets a buff, we're going down to, like, 12 or some shit. We can go down to 12. That should be fine. We do have to swing into a whole bunch of dragons. That gets a challenger. Okay, so I was right about that getting faded, but now it's not killing TF at least. We're gonna ignore that. We're going down to 16. Even better. Even better. Let's do this. Because then we can also use the stun next turn instead, which is a little bit more efficacious, I think. Fervor? No, I don't think that's worth here. I don't think it's worth here. Let's gold card. They have to cast a unit. We have a Fervor open. And they need to cast a unit. They get Jarvan next turn, maybe, but then we have 2 Fervors, and we should be dealing, hopefully, more than 3 damage this round. I think we get more than 3 damage for sure. Okay, there's a Seraphic Wyvern who gives a fuck. We're going with the open attack. And then whatever they block, we point at their face hole. That's great. That works for me. That is a single combat. No, it's not. Thank you very kindly. So now they're down to 2. And we just need to make sure that they use their strikes before they do other stuff. Does that actually matter? Because then I could do this, and then the Shyvana sees significantly less damage. It's 2 either way. I think I'm going to deny the Shyvana... I No, we can't deny the Shyvana level too long anyway. Because it still is going to get damage anyway. Whatever, we're at 2. They need to not have a strike. We have double up. That's not going to work. So they kill my TF. They try to kill my TF. We're down to 6. There's a Jarvan. That pulls over there. But that uses all their mana, so we're great. We are absolutely golden. Because they drained all their mana. Casting the Prince of Demacia! GG, bitch! I was like, what's gonna eat their mana? Oh yeah, Jarvan. I was like, we have to win by turn 6. And we did win by turn 6. Excellent. I think I was commenting earlier about like I'm playing aggro instead of mid-range. I think it's also because I played so much mid-range that it's always nice to see a Demacia deck go down in flames. That's the deck that has a super high win rate. I'm actually not sure if I can beat it based on how the subtype thing works, but we'll do our best. We'll do our best here. All right, 1-drops for life. One small boys for life. Regard, yeah. We're on turn 1 again. We are consistently on turn 1. My luck in that regard is working the fuck out for some reason. Just run them. That's the plan. To be fair, this deck doesn't really have any other strategies. I can't really wait around for things to happen. I am the happening. Hello? Please go faster. Thank you very much. I don't care about your bird. Literally just pass the turn. All right, here we go. Triple 1-drops so crazy. It should be quite nice. It should be quite nice. I wish I had Demolitionist into that, but we don't. Except we did manage to pull a Legion Rearguard. So another one, so we're gonna be okay. And then we can Saboteur, and then they might drain it, but that's okay, because we still got things to do. Places to be. That's 9 damage right there. Can we make it more? We can make it. We can make it so much more. Yeah, we're gonna try and make it a bit bigger, I think.
If they don't break,
then we get a 3/3 and or the Legion Saboteur, depending on what happens here.
for the glory
We have 5 mana. Is there a thing that pings for 1? Withering Whale? No, Wild Mysticism is coming down. Okay, that's fine. That's a fucking 2/2. We're doing okay. This actually does damage and kills it regardless. We are worried about Fearsome. A little bit, I guess. This doesn't die anyway, regardless. Hello. I'm really surprised you didn't get rid of anything, but that's fine with me. You're down to 4. Down to 7. That's okay. It doesn't matter which one you block. That one actually means that you live with less HP. But okay. So, open attack next turn, we win. Unless other things go horribly, horribly wrong. That's a Glacial Saurian. That's not what we call going wrong for us. That's distinctly not going wrong for us. So, I'll take it. Also, this was ephemeral, so I can still cast my Legion Saboteur anyway! Forenzi! Hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Alright, Saboteur down. We'll be great. We're gonna go face. You drew absolutely nothing, huh? My opponent really struggled to find anything. Oh, I didn't get the attack. I didn't get the attack. Damn. Okay. But I wanted to punch their face in personally. I wanted to be the arbiter of their demise. Damn it. They didn't let me take my full glorious win in honorable combat. What next? What now? That's Azarelia. Ooh, that's a high mastery Azarelia. Okay, great, wonderful. Yes. Azir is at 32 and Aurelia is at 27. I see. That's gonna be some pain. Also, where the fuck is my MF? I have yet to see my MF a little bit. Pretty oof, you were playing League and now you feel shitty if you lost. You just installed Legend of Runeterra out of spite! Ooh, I gotta love the spite install. What do you think of Runeterra so far? Welcome to Runeterra, by the way. We like it here. I like it here. Our chat likes it here. It can be a lot of fun. And we're gonna punch, punch, oops, punch, punch, punch for a whole lot of 9 damage, which is pretty good. And I have a Butcher and a TF, eventually. I am only at 3 mana. We're only at 3 mana. I can bank this mana because apparently that's like the only thing that I am allowed to do right now, given all of my mana. That's a Blade Dance. They're just hard casting Aurelia because they know I don't have blockers for it. You're figuring out stuff. What should you do is a fresh install. It depends on how new you are to card games. If you have played card games before, I would do a few of their like challenge tutorial thingies to get a sense of what Runeterra specifically does. If you haven't really played card games before, I would definitely recommend doing like all of the tutorial stuff that Runeterra gives you, just because it can be like pretty informative in general. If you want to get free stuff, I would highly recommend that you look at the paths that they have for each region. So there's 10 of them, and they will give you free stuff as you use them, or as you complete challenges within the game, so that's kind of nice. I kind of want to deal Nexus damage, but also I don't really like this whole setup. We could TF and then they recall it or something, which forces them to do something at least. We could also just Eye of Nagagaburos into Mirai, which I don't hate either. Gives me a little bit more pigeon activity. And I think I like the pigeon idea right now. So we're just gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that, and then we're gonna go Decimate. 5 stuns. They have a recall, maybe. I keep thinking that they have Deny. Someone pointed out that this deck might actually not be running Deny anymore, which is a fair point. I'm not actually sure anymore. You get most card game stuff, kind of struggled to get the whole spell thing. The main thing with spells is basically just like the speed thing of like, is it... So in Runeterra, at least, there's fast, there's slow speed spells, there's focus spells, and then there's burst spells. Basically, learning when you can cast them is probably the most important thing to figure out. And then besides, the thing that really is different from other card games is just the fact that your turn the turn priority swaps. So your opponent pretty much always gets some kind of response after you do something. Even though combat phases are like still one person gets an attack and your opponent gets an attack. But yeah, spells actually do become a little bit more complicated because it's not just like instants go whenever. It's like focus speed spells only go when you have priority and you're not in the middle of the stack, which is different from other things. I think there are probably challenges that also explain that. They're kind of like, they're like Runeterra custom puzzles, where like it will make you do a certain number. It will force you to get like to a certain number to figure out basically what they consider to be like a highlight of their mechanics. I like you, Imperial Demolitionist. That's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. I can Pigeon Spooter Demolitionist. I like it. I like it. Pigeon, be free. At least it's not a grant effect. That's a Bristle Hog. Fuck you and your Bristle Hog. The Bushwag. Still reminds me of a Bushwhack. Get some yogurt and that water bag you heat up when your stomach hurts. That sounds like a good idea, especially like if take care of yourself. Get the warm comfort things that you need. That's the shadow in the brush. That's okay. Let's do House Spider. So that's a transform. I don't know what that is. It might be Avenging Vastaya, but I don't actually know because that's not. It's actually an actual Nidalee transform deck, so it could be one of many, many things. It's not just Avenging Vastaya this time that could be. But we are for sure going to swing with everything that we've got, because those are 2 HP babies. Those are small babies, except for knock attack, but that's okay. So you go here, you go punch that, everybody goes attack, that's down to 5. Woohoo, doing damage! Damage, I say! Kill your bushwag. Appropriate. Block the knock attack. Block the spider. Also appropriate. Still dealing 6 damage. We're still on our way. Oh, you're keeping the bushwag? I would not keep the bushwag if I were you, but okay. Down to 10. Half HP. Probably a spray fan. We could go for a fancy red card and see if they counter it. I don't know if they'd actually bother countering it. Oh, it might also be Nidalee. I keep also forgetting that, like, this is a Nidalee deck, so there is a Nidalee in it. So it might just be a really buff Nidalee, which would suck. Which would suck. And the transform effect, I mean, we'd force a transform if I cast the TF now. Which is maybe not the worst option ever in that case. Or we can just take more damage. I'm actually gonna pass. That might be wrong. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like we're gonna get really punished in terms of damage, but maybe we can turn it around by casting TF after. Yep, that's a Nidalee, so I was right. That's a 6/4. We're gonna block it. We're gonna take 4. That's okay. We're gonna take the damage. We're also, I think, gonna cast an MF here.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
And then I think we're gonna... Do we want a TF? Because we could TF, or we could just cast a bunch of other things. I feel like casting a bunch of other things might be better here because we're staring at something that is approaching lethal, and we'll just save this for later. We'll have an afternoon snack TF. That's a bush, another bushwag. That's probably a counterspell. I suspect that that's a counterspell now. In the name of it being a counterspell, I'm still gonna swing though. I think we still swing because we're still pretty close to killing our opponent. They're gonna block everything, but Nakatak and Shadow die, except they don't because it's gonna transform. That's the Halonata, so they get a copy of Halonatus's. That's a dead MF. That's the dead as well. That's very dead. That's not dead. That is dead. So Nidalee survives. And we get a free forge fragment. But the board is dead. The board is dead. Welcome back. Okay, so that's nice. Hypothetically. They have one thing. Now I can TF with great efficacy, actually. Now I can do a real good TF. Please let me TF. I want to break their soul a little bit. I want to make them feel pain! Yeah, okay, that's changed the link. There's a Nidalee, so we need to go with the 2 damage and the stun, but it's no longer being buffed by the knock attack, so it should die. And it does have overwhelm, so I don't like it. That does not have, they don't have any counters available. They would need Avenging Vastaya on the field, and they don't have that. Rite of Negation is unaffordable. Oh, they have Shape Stone, but it's still stunned, so it doesn't do anything. So they save the Nidalee, but they don't do anything else, which is great. I like that, actually. That's fine. It's still okie dokie. League of Legends player know how to some more stuff. I'll look into playing some deck with your favorite characters. There are some great character decks for sure. Which league champions are your favorite? Or which section of the lore are you looking forward to? That's an MF. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I like this turn. Ooh, this is about to be a spicy turn if I can get off the ground, which I think I can. We're actually gonna do this first. That might make them target it, but that's okay. And then we're gonna do this. Because then we can get Noxian Fervor on top of having an MF on the field. That's a shadow in the brush. That's terrible, but okay.
No prey. No.
Now we swing. Now we swing and hope it works. Because they can't stop the quick attack on the ETF at least, and then we still get the ping. Maybe. I think we lose the ping, but I think we're dealing enough damage that we can get around the fact that they're about to counter my ping. That dies for sure. Regardless, the Nidalee I think dies. For Ixtal in the jungle Targon lore. Ooh, that's a Vastaya. Okay, that shuts off the MF play, which is fine. They did get 2 of them. They need to decide what else they're gonna fucking do. Ixtal is in Shadow Isles currently. Like it usually is run with like Vigar and removal. Let's see. Jungle Targon. Let's see, what else? Targ was used for a while, but not so much. If you are a fan at all of Zoe, Zoe is doing pretty great right now, actually. Has a pretty high win rate. He's now committing the blocks. So it wasn't a complete failure. It wasn't a complete failure. I guess we can swing at this. I could just let the damage go anyway. I think I'm just gonna let the damage go for now. Yeah, there was a pause that looked long enough that I think they were just, surprised a little bit by the double transform off of the Avenging Vastaya, maybe? I'm not 100% sure what that was. But we seem to have clambered back into an okay spot. That's another shadow in the brush. More shadows. Okay, so they're waiting for my decimate. They're waiting for my decimate. Do we draw anything good? I have knocking Gaboras. It's pretty good. Give me restock, please. Like, good restock. That's fine if that's not a How much is Pyrophant again? Ambush 5. Absolutely impossible. We're fine. We're doing okay. It's the Crimson Pigeon. That's a TF. But we have the draw. I'm gonna just pigeon. We're just gonna pigeon. I guess we could TF, pick a card. Or they're just gonna pass anyway. You don't care for win rate, just want to have fun, but you're getting demolished by meta decks. You probably will get demolished. It is a Riot game, so as in great Riot fashion, ranked can be an incredibly frustrating piece of shit. But I find it fun regardless anyway. Ranked is still entertaining by the fact that I'm currently playing it. Gold 2. Gold 2. We've moved up a couple ranks today. Let's keep going. My consistency of top decking 1-drops is working out well so far. It's doing pretty good. You play Soraka mid on League of Legends? I don't know enough about what Soraka mid entails. But there is a Soraka in Runeterra. Soraka, what is it? There's something Soraka, something else is a good heal deck. There's a landmark Star Spring that can go pretty nuts if you like healing. That's a little awkward. Okay, my ability to top deck 1-drops has now failed me. Now that I have said it out loud, I have failed, and I will lose the game. Freljord Targon, no champion, makes me unsettled, because I don't know exactly what it is. I feel like it might be pain. That's not a unit at all. Oops. Did need a unit. Did need to unit. Get to plat so you can snipe me. I will do my best to get to plat so that may occur, Queen.
No pay.
I'd like to attack for 7 damage. I hope they didn't get a celestial, not a celestial wonder, the mini stun. How do you get your own Pokemon? If you can see the panels for the stream, you can click in the panels to select one, or you can use the chat command, just commands, and it will tell you about the stream avatar thing, and it should also tell you in there what the command is to get one. Should have held the MF back. But we did get them at a 13. Actually, I think that might have been worth. It's unfortunate, but it might have been worth. I would like to get a double up going at some point, but we may be a little slow on that one. That's a falling star. Okay, unfortunate. I guess we spray fin. Yeah, I think we spray fin. We get full mana that way. Yep. And then we're gonna go rear guard into Demolitionist. This is also our last spray fin that's, I think, going to do quite a bit. Because all of the other spray fins are gonna try desperately to draw a cheap spell, and we have all 3 Noxian Fervors in hand! Okay, this means that they can't respond, so I'm actually tempted to do this first. Because again, I'm worried about those stuns and other interfere things. I do have a lot of units sitting in my hand though, which I don't appreciate. And we're on turn 5. We should be lower. They should be sub 10 in turn 5. It means I'm doing my job suboptimally. Asher Blighted Ravine. Well, if you're gonna Blighted Ravine, I'm gonna smack you for that whole business. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna throw that in the garbage and retaliate. Okay, so that goes away. They're at 10. I have a House Spider. We've got some things to punch them in the face. They have 9 mana. That's the star shaping. We're probably lost. We have probably lost because I have been too slow in generating damage, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Might be recoverable, but I don't think it is. I don't necessarily think that it is. That's okay. I mean, that sucks, but it's not gonna kill everything that I have. So I think we're just gonna do this and then cast Rearguard because it will be able to withstand the Ember Maiden damage.
Make the Empire proud.
And we're gonna Rearguard. Everything goes down to 1. That's okay. We could also TF afterwards because then the Ember Maiden will definitely go away. That makes me think they're running some kind of like makes me think that they're running some kind of what's the word? Scar Maid, not Scar, the Scar no, it's not this, whatever. The landmark. The landmark that does that boosts the power of units as they and gives them tough, whatever that one is called. Scargrounds! It's a Scargrounds deck. I think it might be Scargrounds, only they have no Scargrounds, which is funny. It might be what it is? I'm not quite sure. Okay, so they're taking away 5 damage. Also, Frenzy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's okay. We're just gonna punch them in the face and get them down to 1 HP. We could also double up right now. Ooh, we could also just double up right now. They might have something to deal with that. There's a chance that they have a buff to deal with that, because Troll Chant's still in this game. Or in this meta, rather. So this is kind of risky. And then we lose all our fervor targets if this doesn't work. I think I'm just going to rely on the fervors, actually. I think we're just going to go with fervors. I think we're just going to go with fervors, because if we go with the fervors, then I can TF them to death, and they don't have a counterspell for that. Yeah, I think that's that. I think that's the call. So they're down to 1. They could have another flash freeze. Or a brittle steel or something. They have none of these things, which is exciting. Okay. 1 HP remains for our opponent. Ember Maiden kills them. Never mind! Ember Maiden kills them. I don't need TF. Their own unit destroys their face. Okay, that's entertaining. Bye! Goodbye! Thank you for your time. I'm glad I didn't get to see the top end of a fucking Freljord Targon deck. That would have been absolutely miserable. Absolutely entirely miserable. Versus my weenie, my weenie 1-drops that have become not so weenie as you let me balloon into infamy. That's my goal, ballooning into infamy. Rumble Vein. Are we afraid of Rumble Vein? Not so much, actually. Mulligan. 1-drop. 1-drop! We found it. This is actually a pretty good hand. Now, if I could just get that Noxian Fervor back that I dropped so unceremoniously. Zap Sprayfin is the ticket to that, so we're doing okay. Let's see, Demacia Noxus. They're not gonna have too high power early drops. They're really going for Vein and they're going for Rumble. We know this. That's okay. Do you give me something spicy? You give me an Omen Hawk. That's actually pretty spicy. Omen Hawk is spicy. That's good value. That's pretty good value right there. I hope it buffed something exciting. That's a nice impact weapon for something that I don't want to deal with, aka Rumble. Ooh, it's a big house, Spudare. That has Challenger. That's okay. We're gonna wait for the Challenger to resolve, or we could just big Spooty. I'm actually gonna wait for the Challenger to resolve because we get MF. Or they waste my mana entirely, which is also fucking fair. TF is here as well. They have Rumble now. We know for a fact that they have Rumble now, so I'm gonna Saboteur
One's the wiser.
into not Rumble.
And magic.
They're gonna not Rumble yet. Interesting. Good to know. Did they not find him? They could have some stuff that kills
Ancient magic.
MF for sure. I just don't. Oh, it's that Cataclysm. Okay, Cataclysm is a lot of stuff to deal with MF though. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty expensive MF kill, but I'll take it, I guess. Boop, let's go. 7 damage, they're down to 9. If they let the board wipe here, that's okay. I don't know why they're keeping that, because I would figure that they would want to put that on a Rumble. Yeah, they want to put that on a Rumble, so I'm a little surprised. Doing TF there would have been much better, actually. I think I should have gone TF, which is a mistake. House Spider is kind of annoying. What's our last buffed thing? Not anything that I can use. That's unfortunate. Okay, there's an equip thing. That's fine. I'm just gonna House Spiders. I'm just gonna House Spiders. That's okay. That's fine. That sucks. We have 1/1s for this. What is everyone's favorite Pokemon? I've never really actually played Pokemon, but I find them quite cute, which is why they're on my stream. I'm gonna do this. No particular favorites for me though. I'm sure chat will have opinions. That's a 2/2. Think we're gonna go face. Yeah, we're gonna go face.
Approach, savage.
That's 8. They really don't have Rumble or Vayne at this point, it looks like, which is still a fucking surprise. Yeah, okay. I don't have this to kill it with, which would have been great. Okay. Down to 11. So we're doing okay on the damage. We're just not doing great on the damage. I'm gonna do this now to get everything out of the way. If they have all spells, this is gonna work out well. If they have Challenger next turn, it's gonna work out less well. Vayne can also happen, but they don't have the Vayne. I'm so excited they don't have Vayne. Okay, yeah, I think we just cast everything and then hope that it works, which it should. I think at this point it should work. At some point I do need to rerun a deck that has a leveled TF in it though. Leveled TF goes nuts. So there's the first Rumble. There is the first Rumble. I don't really care. Unless they give it Challenger. We have an Ocean Fervor and a Decimate now, so we're gonna be okay. That's a buff. Do they have all 3? They do have all 3. Well, I guess it Overwhelm. That is a lot. That is a lot, to be fair. Yeah, okay. We have a 2/2 to block, which should be enough for a 9/4. I don't think they're going to deal double damage because, yeah, they don't have anything that's going to deal double damage. So we should be fine. I could just take that damage, to be honest. Needs to deal 12. If they have another buff, then we're unfortunate. Then we're in an unfortunate place. If they have Cataclysm, we're very unfortunate. But I'm hoping that they don't have Cataclysm here. I'm hoping that we're correctly not falling for their bait and we are blocking so that if they do deal 10 damage again, we're alive at like 2 HP or 3 HP. Because not being alive would suck. I'm so close. I'm so close to punching their face and I must do it. That's another TF. We're gonna open attack. This is 10 damage, so they have to block or they have to strike with the Rumble. Either will work. Either will work. That is a leveled Rumble. They might use a strike here. If they use a strike here, that's fine, because then we still have a Decimate to back it up. Unfortunately, the double up will go nowhere, but they also don't have anything. We have also drained their strikes by recklessly throwing an MF to the wind instead of the TF. Excellent. All right, we're like, what is that, 5 games? Well, we'll try to, never mind. We're gonna shoot to plat today. We're gonna see if we can shoot up to plat today. It's been an hour of progress so far. So I need like what, 45 more minutes? I can do that. That's at least Annie. Somehow we've flipped from going up against the diamond players to going up against the bronzies, who I feel a little bit more bad for. Worse for? Worse for. More bad, worse, whatever the phrase is. Whichever one of those phrases I meant to use. Rear guard. Have a good time. It's time for you to have fun. Double up should actually be able to work against many of their spiders, or an Annie. Though I think they probably have Annie earlier rather than later. Yep, there's an Annie. I need to beat their damage. I somehow need to get fearsome units so that I can beat their damage. We need the Plunder Pirate Man, which we don't currently have. That's a house spider, so at least I can argue with the spootering of 2023. They have a Legion Saboteur. That's exciting. I have blockers. This is exciting for me. They deal a lot of damage. They deal a lot of damage, but we're gonna block the Saboteur because skills are annoying. Skills are annoying. They could have stun, they can have drains. They cannot drain me currently, though. I think I might honestly be overestimating the presence of File Feast because I keep thinking to myself, oh, they're gonna have it, and then they don't. So I think it's me overestimating the prevalence of that card, potentially. I'm gonna throw out another chunker, and I think it's Demolitionist. I think it's Demolitionist. There's a Legion Grenadier. That's also fine. I'm gonna rip this. Because you can also attack and then punch it afterwards and try to avoid something like a pirouette. I'm gonna do that. So they want their Reborn Grenadier to die. Legion Grenadier, not Reborn. So that's gonna hit me for a damage. They're keeping the Annie, of course. That makes sense. We're gonna get them down to 9, which is pretty good. Annie has no more skills to witness right now, so they need another Saboteur or something like that. I'm gonna use my mana here.
Remember the objectives.
Instead of banking it, because we can Saboteur and then work into a Decimate. They don't have Jin, so it's not an Annie Jin. It's not a Janny deck. Ginny, whichever one that is supposed to be. Yeah, Saboteur into Pigeon means that we have enough mana for Decimate next turn. I believe that is not doing anything except just draining so that they can try and survive. That's okay. So that deals 2 damage, yeah? Doom Beast is okay. Let's do this. So just the Annie brings us down to an even HP, which sucks. Because I don't have everything with 3 HP. That's still not leveled though, so they still don't have the Tibbers. So we're gonna just retaliate and hope that our spells are enough, which I think they will be. I think they actually will be. That's another Pigeon. I'm gonna go with the open attack so that they can't stop my nefarious plans from happening. That's 11 damage. Please take it to the face. Okay, so that gets blocked, and the Annie potentially dies. I'm expecting the 3-1 to maybe get hit by something else. But Double Up and Decimate are looking pretty tasty. Because they can't really buff. Ooh, that's an excellent exchange. It's down to 7. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'd like to just Decimate. Because then we can still cast the Double Up next turn. And it should be enough to kill them, even if they drain one, which they can do right now. That's a Demolitionist. I don't care. Now it's even smaller. I guess they could self-drain it. I guess we do have to be slightly worried about them self-draining something, which is why I think I'm actually going to hit the Demolitionist now instead of the 3-1. I mean, also, we should win, hypothetically. We should be able to win. Oh, there's probably a Doom Beast coming, but then we can stack the Double Up in front of the Doom Beast trigger. So I believe they still go down to 0 before that resolves. Counters! Pseudo counters. Is it a Doom Beast? It is not a Doom Beast. I don't give a shit. Except about you hopefully dying here. They only have mana for 1 drain, yeah. The double up finally closing out a game. Finally! Good. Alright. 4 more to go. Roughly. I don't think I can squeeze it to 3. I think it has to be 4. Plat! Ahoy! Samira Jinx. Okay. That also has guns. That's a terrible opening hand, but we're gonna keep the Saboteur and hope that we find other things. House Spider's enough. House Spider's enough. Also, J-Dragon, hello, welcome in. How do you like my title? Last week it was Gatekeep Gaslight, Gatekeep Gorlith. So I decided to keep that theme. I decided to keep it running for a little bit longer. Alright, Saboteur through. One pigeon looking angy-pangy over there. I don't like the fact that they're mirroring my units. Hella toxic. I mean, I am a little bit toxic. I saw a Fiora player earlier and I was like, wow, time to shit on somebody a little bit. You don't think we should be friends? No! Jade, I'll be non-toxic for all of 2 seconds. For all of 2 seconds, just so that we can avoid this horrific fate. This absolutely horrific fate. Do I give a shit? I do kind of give a shit. I think we're gonna do that. I don't think we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna cry because they're taking everything. The jury rig is annoying. Losing my jury rig is annoying. That did cause me pain. Ooh, but we got other stuff! Okay, they have 3 mana. That smells... It smells like units and it smells like damage. That smells like a jury rig. That's okay. I hate it, but alright, I see. I see that you have chosen the wrong thing. The wrong answer. I need an intervention. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm totally fine. My opponent's down to 13 HP. Life has never been better. I'm bringing balance to the universe. This one Saboteur is just really clinging on to dear life. Untouched by anything. Sprayfin! Hi. Hi, Sprayfin. I'm tempted to draw. I feel like that's definitely the wrong choice, but I am tempted to draw. Or we could try to kill Samira. I feel like trying to kill Samira is a bad idea. But also they don't have an all-out. They have nothing triggered. It's just a Sam. It's just a Sam. Be delusional too? Man, accusing me of so many things today. Needing an intervention, being delusional. That's not, you're not wrong. I'm not suggesting that you're wrong. Alright, that's the flare. Now they do have an all-out. They don't have an all-out. They were just using it. That's fair. Do you have a second Samira now? You do not have a second Samira now. Brings me fucking joy, that does. I have 2 Gnostian Fervors, so my Sprayfin is significantly less potent, so I'm just gonna draw some cards. That's down to 6, and we have 2 Gnostian Fervors in the hand. 2 Gnostian Fervors in the hand is 3 in a bush somewhere else. Call each other out unless we stop being friends. I would hate to lose a friend. So I guess you have license to call me delusional. Excellent, they took the damage. Love to see it. That's a Jinx. I don't give a crap. Also, we just have a Decimate. How close are you to emptying your hand? Kind of a little close. Kind of closer than I'd like. Ooh, yep. Ooh, yep. Right now. Right now. The answer to my question of when does it start happening is now. 1 to all enemies and some to the Nexus plus the draw. Okay. We're alive still. And they want to empty their hand. So if I can sneak out my Fervors after they've emptied their hand, and that's on the stack, we'll be fine. Right? I'm assuming we'll be fine. I'm hoping for the part where we're A-okay in all of this. First step of getting better is admitting you have a problem. Alright. I do have a problem of being toxic in video games. I apologize. Okay, empty your hand, please. The death rocket looking so tempting. You could deal like 9 damage to me right now if you just empty everything. And then I can swoop in with some fast speeds nonsense. Come on, I know you want to. Okay, great. That's what we like to see. That unfortunately means you draw cards. Maybe you have 2 of those? No, or just some other things to like shove out of there? Like let them roam free. Discard to draw a unit. Oh, but that means they have drawn a unit. Yeah, that means they have drawn a unit, which means they cannot respond to my Noxian Fervoirs. Noxian Fervoir time. Excuse me. Pardon me. I don't like the cut of your jinx, so I'm going to punish you for it. All right, here we go. I waited appropriately for that one. Here we go. Woof. 3 more to plat. I think we're down to 3. Yeah, I think we're at 3 now. Absolutely fantastic. Let's keep going. Yeah, it's 3 because I'm 30 per. I guess I could do it in 2 if I keep the hot streak going. I'm gonna say 3 though, because I'm probably gonna lose along the way, which I guess would be 4 in that case. Let's say 4. Let's say a nice round 4. That's a TF Zoe. Ooh, I hope it's some kind of loaded dice shenanigans. That would bring me a lot of joy if it was just loaded dice. I don't think it will be. Out of the way loaded dice, still the best combo ever, but I would be amazed if they had the balls to do it in ranked. Maybe they do. Maybe that's what they're doing. I would admire it though. I would really admire it if they did. That's a Zoe. That's not the thing that I was expecting. I mean, it's not the thing I was just talking about. It is what I expected because they're playing those champions. But still. Alright, you're gonna get a thingy. That's okay. Did it make it rain? I haven't seen it make it rain yet so far today, so I'm going to Yeetus. Okay, so they do... Oh, they are stealing my cards, though! They are stealing my cards, though. Maybe they are actually running. Consent for a hug? I'm down for hugs. Hug away. Okay, that's great. That's great. Are you really killing Zoe? Oh, they're really killing the Zoe. They don't want to take the damage. Thank you for the hug. Thank you for the hug. I used to be a very, like, not hug person in real life. And then I realized that hugs are nice and that I should, experience them more. When I was an undergrad, I was like, don't touch me! And now I'm just like one of the huggier people in the friend group, if I'm allowed. Okay, so they're invoking a shitload, but they're also at 12! They're also at 12! We have Rearguard into Nagakiboros, I think. They're discarding that to invoke. That's fair enough. Do you have like a Moonglow? That would be annoying, but also not the end of the world. It's really not the end of the world. Also, if that's all of their units, I think we just go with the raw butcher. The naked butcher in the name of damage. Also, unfortunately, Dancing Droplet is weird, but it does block Zoe! Of all the things, it does block Zoe! I was about to shit on it, and then I was like, actually, no, that's a great way to avoid Zoe damage. I don't give a shit. Oh, you do have plunder effects, but I'm also not... I don't care. I don't think I care enough about their plunder effects. I care a little bit, because they are going to take my stuff. But I think that the amount of things that they're going to take is not going to really brick or cause me to lose a huge, irrevocable amount of damage. They do have merchants, though, which is fair and understandable. They stole my 3rd rearguard. Pigeon is fine. So they have a full board. Demolition is actually kind of nice here. Let's load up on units. Decimate is good, Spray Fin is nice, because we're about to lose our elusive, probably. That's 14 damage, they got a block. We also have +2 in hand from Demolitionist, and we can buff the Butcher to be a bigger boy. That's fine, they're down to 3, that's down to 6. They're leaving the thing that cannot block in the Zoe behind. 6 is fine. They might have healing, because Star Shaping and Guiding Touch are cards. They are indeed cards that are real in this universe, but we're gonna get them to lethal with the Demolitionist into Decimate next turn, so hoping that will be enough. They are preserving the Zoe, though she's only seen 3 out of 10 cards, so I think we'll be fine. Veiled Temple is likely not what you needed.
If they don't break,
Likely not what you needed, because you also don't have counter spells. The only thing that they can do to counter me now is heal, so...
the few for the
Please don't counter me. Please don't counter me, friend! I promise, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just don't be concerned. Butcher, for the hell of it. You're not the only one with plunder procs now! Okay, Veiled Temple is funny. It's been a while since I've seen Veiled Temple. I feel like people always try to get it to work, and it's just kind of awkward. Because refilling mana is hypothetically good, it's just hard to use, and also it's 4 mana and it just sits there. Sitting there ain't good. Okay, so you have 9 mana. Star Shaping is 5. Guiding is 2, but if you Guiding, then we just fucking open attack and win. We're gonna risk a Decimate. We're gonna risk this lethal. Where's really not... Okay, so that's a warning shot. Okay, that's fine. That is a nab. Okay, that's fine. I don't have any fucking counter spells, so they need a heal now. It is a steel deck, though. It is a nab deck. They are looking for nab TF leveling, which is pretty Chad of our opponent right now. But they also didn't have Star Shaping. Okay, I think we are now 1 away from plat. Right? 70? Yeah, we're 1 away from plat. So if we win this next one, we get into plat! And if we don't, I will just grind until we get there. I've never hit Masters in Eternal Ranked. I don't think this is the season for it. I don't think this is the season for it, but maybe in the future. Santagar with Swain Alawi. I don't like that deck. I think we might be able to go wide enough to like ignore it a little bit, but I also don't like it because it can rip your face off a little bit. It can just be real fucking rude. Okay, so they're gonna have Watchful Idol into all the things. Right? Idol into all the things. Just need sources of damage. Okay, I think we drop a House Spootin. They don't have Watchful Idol turn 1, which is going to suck for them a little bit more than your usual. It's gonna be a little bit more annoying for them for sure. How do you hit everything that isn't the spider? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so good, actually. Oh, that brings me joy. That brings me so much joy right now. They absolutely failed to kill anything. Okay, we're off to an alright start over here. I think I might just cast... I think we're just gonna cast MF now. Get some value out of her. I haven't seen her level in ages, but to be honest, this deck is not a level MF deck. It is a just... It is a do things... It's a do things deck. I'm gonna do this. Actually, we're not just gonna do that. We're just gonna take the damage. We're gonna pass. We're gonna open attack again before they can spawn, though we do actually have some good units to cast here. I might actually cast. I think I'm gonna cast because we have MF on the field, and I want to get value from her if we can. That is a Make It Rain. That is also unfortunate. So they hit my pigeon, but they only hit the pigeon, which is okay.
Nice to meet you.
So we get a Sharkling. We can swing. We're gonna go with MF2, I think. We'd probably lose it to the 3-3, but we're also pushing them down to 2 HP here. And these are not favorable blocks for them at all. So that's good. Down to 8. That's fine. They have nothing. They have not. They've triggered Swain to 6. They should be doing a lot more than that by now. And it's literally just the Make It Rains too, which is funny. Let's Jagged Butcher. Let's slap this butcher down, baby. That's for some reason I have like a blindness when remembering the name of this card. I'm like, the Plunder Pirate Man. Jagged Butcher, yes. One day I'll remember for sure, consistently. They have 8. That is a single Swain. McGee. Okay, we're gonna block with our Butcher if we need be. Which looks like it will need be. I could take the damage. I think we're just gonna do this though, because there are still things that I can hit to deal other sources of damage, and we can basically just replace our Butcher now.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
So we get that, and then we get Butcher, and then we get Saboteur. Let's overwrite one of our 1/1s here with the Butcher, I think. They can pirouette, they can cast a third, Make It Rain. There's things they can do, but also they're at 6. That is a parley. How are you doing? Not very well. Okay, let's get this out. We're just gonna empty our hand. We're just gonna dump hand here. Do we need to dump hand? I mean, I'm going to anyway, I think. I think I'm just going to anyway. Because now that's just 3 damage alone on a stick. And then we can open attack, and then they can hopefully die. Hopefully for us anyway. And we top deck Anoxia and Fervor. Game should be in the bag? Game in the bag! We ran into like the slowest Swain Alawi start I've ever seen. I've ever seen. The spidey senses tingled when they didn't have Watchful Idol. And we hit plat! Fuck yeah. We're getting a rank stream for the Eternal Climb so far. Maybe I can do as well next... I can do as well next stream. Just hit Diamond. I think that is going to be a harder grind than before. But hey, we'll give it a shot. That case, that's the plan for next week. We'll try to get to Diamond as quickly as we did the other things, though I suspect that's going to be challenging. Regardless though, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream there. Thank you all for joining the stream today. Tatsu! The flying dog has returned. Tatsu, I hope you're doing good. Hello! You have decks for me? I think I will bump those to next week if you're around next week. I just kind of was in the mood to just like grind a little bit, but I will definitely be taking them next week. How about? I don't want to go too long without doing any of your decks, because also there's fun as fuck. But for now, I will bid you adieu, whatever the word is, and I hope to see you next week on Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, in the same place as always, here on the stream, where I will be taking viewer decks and still grumbling at my opponents. Sorry, Jay, we're gonna be a little bit toxic as I continue my adventures through this fucking card game for children that is also fun for adults. Anyway, thank you all again for being here and hanging out on the stream. Oop, that was my microphone. You're all amazing, and I appreciate you hanging out while you can. I'm gonna go check out the category to find somebody that we can raid into, if we can find somebody. So it looks like Ikato and Numbers are kind of the only people streaming in English. So how about we go raid Numbers? Yes. We'll go raid Numbers with some people. So yeah, thank you all again. I appreciate you hanging out here for our climb to Plat. Back next week with viewer decks for sure. And I hope to see you there or on a future stream. Again, we are down to that weekly schedule on Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You're all amazing. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. We playing Ashan Samira? We were not playing Ashan Samira, and we're also raiding out but I did see it on the list, and I did see that it would still has that positive win rate. So maybe next time as well. Also, Sky, hi and bye. I'm about to write out to numbers, so thank you all again. Goodbye, Internet.
A little quick one today.
Just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know,
Hey.